in the wake of high-profile school shootings. Northeast Independent School District adopts the use of buzz-in entry systems and requires students to use clear backpacks. Following his removal from patrol and the beginning of investigation by the Bexar County Sheriff's Office for a series of online posts, Deputy Ronald Bailey returns to Facebook in an apparent defense of his views. A panel concludes its work with recommendations to increase political contribution limits. And San Antonio FC's Omar Gordon finds his groove.
My first time coming to San Antonio was in the Gold Cup with the national team, Jamaican national team. And the coach watched me from then, and he had interest in me, and he want to bring me here.
I'm Chance Dorland with your Express Briefing for Wednesday, June 6th. Subscribe to this and other free content at expressnews.com/podcasts. And get each day's top news and sports headlines delivered to your inbox at expressnews.com/newsletters. As Texas school districts work to define the right mix of security measures in the wake of high-profile school shootings, Northeast Independent School District is adopting a spate of new policies, and this fall will require students to use clear backpacks. Monday night, administrators told district trustees all middle and high school students in NEISD will need transparent containers to carry their belongings on school property. But for the time being, the clear bag rule will not apply to elementary students. Other protocols that will be introduced at the start of the 2018-2019 school year include locking external doors at all campuses during school hours and controlling the entrances with a buzz-in system, random checks using handheld metal detectors, and annual mental health training for counselors. The district will also hire 2 police officers to add to its 68-officer department, allowing more frequent patrols of its elementary school campuses. 3 days after he was removed from patrol and placed under investigation by the Bexar County Sheriff's Office for a series of racist posts on his private Facebook account, Monday, Deputy Ronald Bailey returned to the social network in an apparent defense of his views, writing, quote, "I wonder how long we have before offending someone is a felony." Bailey's attorney, Shannon Locke, offered a more nuanced defense of his client while reaching out to San Antonio Express News Metro columnist Brian Chasnoff, emphasizing that Deputy Bailey had merely reposted the content in question, which included a meme comparing Valerie Jarrett, a black attorney, to an ape from the film Planet of the Apes. The post echoed a tweet by Roseanne Barr last week that spurred ABC to cancel her hit television show. Locke also defends his client's right to share political views on a private account, noting that a sheriff's deputy can have political views in their private life. Compounding the investigation into Bailey's online activity are a series of allegations documented by the Bexar County District Attorney's Office in 2015, intended to show he has a propensity for violence. The claims included allegations that Bailey physically abused a 3-year-old boy and a 7-year-old boy, both sons of his former girlfriends, around 2005, while Bailey was on trial for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon after being accused of holding a large kitchen knife to his son's neck and threatening to cut his neck off because the boy wasn't quiet. While Bailey was suspended from the sheriff's office for 5 days, a jury acquitted him of that charge. The sheriff's office also disciplined Bailey in 2004 and 2014. A panel charged with reviewing and making recommendations on local campaign finance laws has concluded its work and will recommend to the City Council that both contribution limits and transparency be increased. Tuesday, the Campaign Finance Task Force, a 7-member panel appointed by Mayor Ron Nirenberg with input from council members, decided to recommend contribution limits be increased by 50%. For more than a dozen years, donors could give no more than $500 per cycle to a council candidate and no more than $1,000 to a mayoral candidate. While other Texas municipalities maintain varying limits on campaign contributions, and there are limits for federal office, state candidates, including counties, have no limits on how much money they can accept. While in the minority of task force members who believe the limits should not increase, Chairman Mike Belden, a local business owner who's been politically active locally for decades, will present the recommendation later this month to the council's governance committee. And San Antonio FC player Omar Gordon, who hails from Jamaica, has scored 4 goals in the local club's past 5 matches, including the tying goal in Saturday's dramatic come-from-behind 2-1 win over Portland Timbers 2 when SAFC scored twice in the final 4 minutes. The 26-year-old looks to continue his production when his team takes on Major League Soccer's FC Dallas in the 4th round of the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup at 7:30 p.m. Wednesday at Toyota Field, noting that he's more composed as a player now than before.
For me, I'm working really hard in practice, and I know what I can bring to the team. So I just stay focused and know when the opportunity comes, I will use it wisely, and that is what basically happening now. And day by day, I work really hard in practice so I can finish chances like those. So it's been working, and nothing going to change towards that focus.
And that's your daily San Antonio Express News briefing for Wednesday, June 6th. Subscribe to this and other free content at expressnews.com/podcasts. I'm Chance Dorland.